I read it.
It's not.
Gotta have the invitation in the packet.
I'm also, I wanted to make sure.
I know that's a subject close to your heart.
Yep. The lazy lobster. Which was
The other thing I wanna ask is,
my wife's.
Oh, really? One person's us.
That's a good.
Did you?
Yeah. All right, at 6:30, I will call this meeting to order. Would you please rise for the pledge of allegiance? Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call. Councilman Pedroia.
Jason Vicarello, first ward councilman present.
Colin O'Connell, first ward councilman present.
Misty Fuller, second ward council president.
Maria Mazzara, second ward council president.
Michael Hockenberry, councilman at large present.
Dominic Sigalese, Mayor present.
Jeffrey Rhodes, third ward council president.
Joe Loney, third ward councilman, present.
Jacqueline Dennison, fourth ward council president.
Stan Sable, fourth ward councilman present.
William Frank, corporation council president.
Okay, we have no public hearings tonight. We have no presentations. Public comment, 5-minute limit per person. Ms. Laura Meyer, yours.
I just want to say we just celebrated our 5th annual Fabulous 50s Festival on Sunday, and it turned out fabulous. The weather was great. We had great attendance, great live music, and the visitors were busy. Everybody loves Elvis and the cameos, and our car show, I think, was the biggest one we ever had. We probably had about 100 cars there this year. So we thank all the vendors and everybody who came out to support the event. We truly appreciate it. I want to thank people who did help with the planning and the setting up of the event. I'd like to thank Michael Meyer, Nikki Jones, Teresa Below, Bob Bloomer, Maria Mann, Tammy Predmore, and then we had a few friends give us a hand. Dave Garcia, Bob Predmore, Sharon, I forgot her last name, DeGraw, and Jim Kane. So thank you everybody for helping, coming out and making the event a success. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Valerie Majinsky, DRI Small Projects Fund update.
Hello, good evening. I'm handing out, for an example, these flyers, and just to let you know that it's announcing the opening of the Small Projects Fund, and it lists the applications being available on July 6th with a required attendance at one of 4 different information sessions. Attendance at the information session is required in order to apply. On the flyer is a whole bunch of information, which is basically the same information that is on the city website under notices, and it says press release. So all the basic information is there for anyone's viewing. So get ready, here it comes, and we're looking forward to a full application period. Any questions? Okay, very good.
None. Thanks, Val.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Peter Reck, for the good of the city.
For as long as I can remember, the post office, our federal post office, has had a policy whereby no living person would have their image on a stamp. Now, even as a child, I reasoned this out. Well, that makes perfect sense, because you don't want to give permanent, lasting advertisement to someone who might run for public office, or who might run for a different public office than they're in. also because in a democratic society with integrity, democratic principles whereby all people are created equal, pretty much stipulates that no one person is more deserving than another in the eyes of the government. Of course, these values of integrity have been breaking down of late. Perhaps we'll see a stamp or a coin with a messianic figure on it that is cast in the likeness of our president, but you know, some people have more integrity than others. So anyway, I was aghast at reading the news recently about our Port Jervis Police Training Facility being named for someone who is currently alive, who's currently working for the city. And in light of what I've been told about this person's hire, apparently this person allows himself to be hired in violation of the law. A very auspicious start to someone who is supposed to be upholding the law. And very ironic to name a police training facility after this person involved with a violation of the law, allegedly. My source for the information comes from a council member, and my knowledge of law. I'm not a lawyer though, so don't take my word for it. But I get it. I've had a minor piece of architecture named after me, but that was by minor individuals on private property. Now, if the government decides to name something for me after I'm dead, well, I won't be around to complain about it. But when I'm living, my answer would be thanks, but no thanks. Or more emphatically, hell no. Now, in closing, there was this world-renowned folk singer who is quoted as saying, "Fame is a trap and an illusion." This person was extremely humble, as you might imagine. So when, in the aftermath of this person's death, someone from the government decided to name a bridge after this person, even after they were dead, a family member came back immediately. One of the heirs came back and said, basically, hell no. So I would say the same for the police training facility. No matter what people think about the person it was named after, it should not be named after anyone living. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Lightning as always. We have no executive session tonight. Approval of minutes, May 26th, 2026, Common Council meeting minutes.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman Laura Hockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Abstain.
We have one abstention?
Two. Jerry.
All right. Okay. Moving on, regular business, Code Committee, Councilman Vigrillo.
Thank you, Mayor. Code Committee met on June 4th. Regular business, I'd like to make a motion to accept the building officials' monthly report for the month of May, 2026.
Motion by Councilman Riccorbello, second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion on the report? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the fire inspector's report for the month of May, 2026.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Riccorbello, second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion on the fire inspector report? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
All right, I have a resolution to read, the resolution of the council of the city of Port Jervis authorizing a further encroachment into the city's right-of-way at 4147 East Main Street. Whereas the building presently located at 4147 East Main Street, tax map number 8-10-16 in the neighborhood mixed-use zone of the city of Port Jervis, presently encroaches into the city's right-of-way along Fowler Street by approximately 2.81 feet. Whereas the owner of the subject premises through its tenant, Carmela Foglia, has applied to city planning board to construct an addition to the existing building, which would result in the current encroachment being increased by approximately 4 inches for a total encroachment of 3.21 feet into the city's right-of-way. Whereas the city charter, section C4-11 of the city code, section 464-15, regulate the city's enforcement power with respect to structures, fences, and buildings which encroach into the city's right-of-way. Whereas the city does not believe that the proposed addition to the existing building will impact public safety and has no objection to the current planning board application. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby consents to the proposed addition to the existing building at 4147 East Main Street, Port Jervis, New York, to the extent of increasing current encroachment in the city's right-of-way at Fowler Street by approximately 4 inches. And it's further resolved that the city clerk treasurer is directed to send a certified copy of the resolution to the secretary of the planning board, and I make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion on the right-of-way?
Just real quick, Mr. Mayor. Originally, the planning board referred this to the zoning board of appeals for a variance on the 4 inches of additional encroachment. We took a look at it and we were of the opinion that it was not a ZBA matter. It was a matter for the Common Council because it's the Common Council's right-of-way, the city's right-of-way into Fowler Street. So we conferred with the planning board attorney, and after we discussed it, he agreed with us and said that it was a decision for this council, and that's how it got here instead of the ZBA. And you're really talking about an additional 4 inches of a building, so I don't think there's a safety factor implicated.
I agree.
Thank you.
Any further? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
And we will announce the July meeting if we have one for the building department at the next meeting. We got a lockdown on a date. There's lots of conflicts in July. Moving forward to police. The police committee has not met since our last council meeting. At this point, I would like to make a motion to appoint Jack Decker. He has completed his probationary status, has been found favorable. I'd like to appoint him under civil service as a permanent employee, effective May 28th of 2026.
Second by Councilman O'Connell. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the police department's monthly report for the month of May 2026.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Fuller. Any discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
All's opposed? Motion carries.
I do have a couple of announcements from the chief of police. This week starts Speed Week. He will be releasing a press release on that. Violations will be targeted throughout the week. There'll be a press release on that from the chief of police. National Night Out will be August 4th at 6 p.m. on the grounds of East Main Elementary School this year. It will not be in Riverside Park. It'll be up at the school, and we thank the school for helping us out with that, being that the park will be under some sort of construction by then.
Not likely.
The annual Youth Academy for grades 6 through 8 is being held August 10th through 21st at East Main Street Elementary School. The application period is open during the month of June, and applications can be picked up at either the police department, East Main Elementary, Bicentennial Elementary, or the PJ Middle School, or on the department website itself. And the next police committee meeting, we do have a change of venue. It's gonna be Thursday, June 18th, at the William Worden Training Facility building up near the range. And that is all I have under police.
All right, thank you, sir. Planning, Zoning, Recreation, Councilman O'Connell.
Thank you, Mayor. Zoning last met on June 2nd. The board unanimously approved an area variance for proposed trade shop at 27 Railroad Ave. Variance allows reduced setbacks so the building can sit further back, preserving the front parking. The board found no neighborhood or environmental harm and noted the project would improve the property. The next regular meeting of the zoning board is tentatively scheduled for July 7th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Planning has not met since our last meeting. The next regular meeting of the planning board is scheduled for June 16th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. I have an update for the DRI project at Riverside Park. Jim Farr, the engineer hired to do the design for RFP, is waiting on a survey of Riverside Park from Conrad Close and Edward surveyors. Once received, Jim will add it to the RFP. Jim expects the completed survey later this week or next week. We hope to get the RFP out by the end of the June or early July. Recreation update. The dog yard at Church Street Park and vehicle gate at Elm Park is now open. The gates at these parks will be locked every night at sunset. Please note that the Church Street gate will be locked at 8 p.m. every night. The other gates at 9 p.m. The Youth Center Recreation Room is open Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Fridays, 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. On the following days, will be open 12 to 4 p.m. due to half a day of school, June 5th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. The rec room will be closed June 19th, 25th, and 26th. The splash pad at Church Street Park is now open daily between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. West End Beach is scheduled to open June 26th. Our 2026 summer recreation flyer is now completed and can be picked up at the youth center. Emailed to you, or you can view on the city's webpage at portjervisnewyork.gov/Parks and Rec. For more information on our summer program, please email us recreationdirector@portjervisnewyork.gov or call 845-858-4045. The summer recreation youth program will start on Monday, June 29th at Church Street Park, and will be supervised between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the youth center will be open 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. through 4 p.m. on Friday. The Food Truck and Fireworks Festival will be held on Thursday, July 2nd. The Food Truck Festival will be held between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Cost to enter is $5. Fireworks from Point Peter will go off approximately 9:45 p.m. The next Recreation Commission meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, June 10th at 6:15 p.m. in the youth center. And I have a resolution for recreation. It's the resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis approving updated sexual and abuse prevention policies. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis has determined it necessary to update its sexual abuse and molestation abuse prevention policies with respect to city employees and volunteers. Now therefore it is hereby resolved by the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, sexual abuse and molestation abuse prevention policies annexed hereto shall be effective immediately. I'd like to make a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. Any discussion on the update?
I just made some changes to what Director Fagione sent over. We just augmented them a little bit, but they were the versions that I've sent around are the final versions.
Okay.
I believe they're attached to the resolution.
Yes. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, Finance, Councilwoman Fuller?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm gonna start with bills to be paid. From the general fund, $146,698.89. From the water fund, $5,257.03. From the capital fund, $55,093.01. And from trust and agency, $3,944.90. For a total of $210,993.83. Some larger items to note from the general water and sewer funds: Orange County Sanitary Landfill for $26,952.43. Bluestein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone for $5,833.33. Magna 5 for $10,335.99. And Skylands Area Fire Equipment for $6,967.28. From the capital fund, we had MHE Engineering for $54,293.01, and Schmitz Wholesale for $800. Would like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second by Councilman Laura Chalkenberry. Any discussion on the bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And I have one resolution this evening. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis approving information technology policies for all city departments. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis has determined that it is necessary to implement information technology policies with respect to city operations. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved by the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis that the information technology policies annexed hereto shall become effective immediately. Make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion on the policy updates? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
And our next finance meeting will be next Wednesday, June 17th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Tourism, Councilwoman Mazzara.
Thank you, Mayor. The Tourism Board would like to thank all who participated in yesterday's annual Fabulous 50s event, all the vendors as well as performers, the Port Jervis Police Department and DPW for their assistance at the event. They are holding a home decorating contest, red, white, and blooms, to celebrate America's 250th. The deadline to participate is July 15th. To participate, text your name, address, and phone number to 845-341-7313. Judging will be on July 17th. Winners will be announced on July 18th. You can view additional details on the Tourism's Facebook page. The Tourism Board is also accepting applications for the Italian Festival, Bella Notte Italiana, which will be held, there it is, which will be held on Saturday, August 8th from noon until 9 p.m. at Orange Square Park. Applications are also available on the city's website, or you can even stop at the city clerk's office.
We'll get a few more meetings of that.
Yeah.
It's
One more time, right? You may contact Tourism Chair Laura Meyer for any additional information. Her email is floralaurapj@yahoo.com. And the next tourism meeting will be held tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor. Nomination for active membership for Patricia A. Mann for Mahogama Cook and Ladder. I make that a motion.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion on the application? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a nomination for active membership for Brett T. Fuller to Excelsior Engine Company of 5. I make that a motion.
Second by Councilman McGrillo. Any discussion on Brett Fuller? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a nomination of active membership to Timothy J. Maybe into Tri-State Hose Company number 6. I make that a motion.
Second by Councilman Laura Chalkenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Standing guy tonight.
The next is a removal of membership, Jerry D. Enright, from Excelsior Engine Company number 5. He passed away. Make that a motion.
Second with regrets. Sorry to hear that.
A second by Councilman Vicarello. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is removal of Robert G. Mason from Neversink Engine Company, who also passed away, and make that a motion.
Second with regrets.
Second by Councilman
Excuse me.
Siegel. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next is a amendment to the bylaws. Basically, it was just to ensure adequate representation at the board of officers meeting. I make that a motion.
Second that.
Second by Councilman Siegel. All those in favor?
Well, excuse me, I think there's a couple of words missing. Do you have it in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, so on the third line, it says, these bylaws, comma, made by a vote of the company. I think the words, the board, should be in front of the word may, because you're not saying who's making the vote. It should be these bylaws, comma, any requirements of these bylaws, comma, the board made by a vote of the company elect a representative. It's just a couple of
Well,
words.
no, actually what it was the way it was written.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, the companies, had to have a representative, because if you didn't have somebody that fell into, like say, a lieutenant,
Yeah.
didn't have the qualifications, so you didn't have a vote, so the company had to elect a representative
Okay,
to fill.
so then it should say, the company may elect a representative.
Yeah, they're chosen by the company.
That's fine, then just make it, because there was some words missing.
So just change it to,
Take out
maybe,
made by a vote of, and just,
just the company.
the company may elect a representative, and the rest of it's fine,
Alright,
okay?
yep.
Other than that, it was fine.
I'll forward that to Bill and have that. Sweet stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna amend Councilman Rhodes's, change per corporation council. Do we have a second on the amendment?
Second that.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
And then the next emergency management meeting will be Monday the 15th here in the council chambers at 6:30. And just kind of put it out there for the next couple meetings is, since July is parade time, Tuesday, July 7th is when they're gonna be going around to the graves. So I'll pass on this every month and give you some concrete times. That's gonna be Tuesday, July 7th, going to the past chief's graves. And then also on Friday, July 10th, we'll have a service over at the memorial on Pike Street at 5:30 to dedicate anybody that's passed away this past year. So I will bring that back up the next few meetings, just to put it out there so you can put it on your calendar now for that.
Okay.
And that's all I have. Thank you,
All
Mayor.
right, thank you. 9888, Councilman Rowley.
Thank you, Mayor. There's nothing to report.
Thank you, sir. CDA, Councilwoman Dennis. CDA, Councilwoman Dennis.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis authorizing the submission of a Department of Homeland Security fiscal year 2025 Assistance to Firefighters Grant AFG for wildfire personal protective equipment. Whereas the City of Port Jervis's fire department is not equipped with sufficient personal protective equipment, PPE, for wildfire response, and whereas the city is surrounded by and its borders are encroached upon by forested lands to which the fire department is responsible to respond to any wildfires herein, and now therefore it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby approves the submission of said application no later than June 22nd, 2026 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, which will provide high priority assistance to purchase and equip the active members of its 100% volunteer fire department with wildfire personal protective equipment, and that the mayor or his designee, including but not limited to Valerie Majinski, The Executive Director of the Port Jervis CDA is authorized to execute any and all documents in connection with the application.
Second, Mayor.
Second by Councilman Siegel. Any discussion on this submission? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The Port Jervis CDA last met on Wednesday, May 27th in the Rec Center. Under Section 8, the wait list closed on March 13th, 2026. Altogether, 415 applications were received, of which 30 were rejected and 385 were placed on the wait list. The current wait list holds 554 families. The CDA's 2024 and 2025 end-of-year reports were approved by the Board of Directors. The private DRI Tower mixed-use project received Planning Board approval. The DRI Jersey Avenue Sidewalk Rehabilitation Project is in design. The DRI Small Project Fund applications will be available on July 6th with required information sessions scheduled for July 10th and 17th here in the council chambers. Updated information is available on the city's website under the Notices/Jobs tab. The next CDA meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, June 24th at 7 p.m. on the second floor of the Rec Center. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Housing Veterans PJTV 23, Councilman Siegel.
Thank you, Mayor. The last meeting of the Housing Authority was held on May 19th. The next meeting is scheduled for June 16th at 6 p.m. at Hillside Terrace. Port Jervis Senior Club meets on the second and fourth Wednesdays of each month at 1:30 at VFW 161. We're still looking for veterans without homes to be interviewed for the Rumshock Veterans Village. If you are, or you know someone who is a veteran without a home, please contact us at 845-248-1622 or 248-1743. Excuse me. On behalf of PJ TV 23, we're still converting PJ 23 or Access 8, Access 23 VHS tapes to digital. We're putting them up on the PJ TV 23 YouTube channel, and we're also putting them on broadcast on PJ TV channel 23. It's pretty interesting to see people from the past, and I would encourage people to try to look at these. Some go back to 1986. I'd like to thank the Rotary for the Flags of Heroes ceremony on Saturday. It was great weather. It was a great turnout to honor our local heroes. Thanks to all that attended as well. And today's inspirational quotes, which I have two, in recognition of Flag Day. When we honor our flag, we honor what we stand for as a nation: freedom, equality, justice, and hope. And that was Ronald Reagan. And this country will not be a good place for any of us to live in unless we make a good place for all of us to live in. And that was Teddy Roosevelt. And on behalf of that, look forward to seeing you at the Rumshock ribbon cutting on the 14th, and Soapbox Derby on the 14th, and Flag Day on the 14th. And what am I missing?
I think that's it for now.
So
There might be something else.
there's a lot to do on the 14th. So come on down to good old Port Jervis and enjoy the festivities. And that's all I have now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. DPW Councilman Laura Hockenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. Garbage recycling for the week of June 8th and June 15th will be on its normal schedule. Third ward cardboard and paper pickup will be on Monday, June 22nd. 2026 garbage schedule is available on the city website at www.portjervisny.gov or by emailing the DPW office at dpwclerk@portjervisny.gov. Bag leaves and brush are picked up on every Monday. City dump is open 7:15 to 11:30 a.m. every Saturday. For city Port Jervis residents only, dump tickets are available at the city clerk's office located downstairs. In-house blacktop and pothole repair is ongoing in all wards. If you see something in need of repair in your ward, please contact the DPW office at 845-858-4001. In-house line striping has begun. Street sweeping continues in all wards. Milling and paving will begin the week of June 15th in the 3rd Ward. DPW has not met since our last meeting. Our next scheduled meeting is for July 6th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. We may hold another meeting before that, depends on what we have coming up. Also, we will be posting later this week job openings for our sewer relining project. That'll be 4 positions for labor that we will be posting, so keep an eye out for that. If anybody's interested, you can look on the city's website. Those job postings will be there. I have a resolution, actually I have 2 resolutions. Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis approving the 2023-2024 New York State DOT Assistance Program audits. Whereas Common Council of the City of Port Jervis engaged PKF O'Connor Davies CPAs of Harrison, New York, independent accounting firm to audit, examine, and prepare a report for the city's New York State Department of Transportation audits as of December 31st, 2023 and December 31st, 2024, a draft of which audit reports have been presented to the City of Port Jervis, and now therefore it is hereby resolved. The mayor or his designee is hereby authorized and directed to execute an engagement letter with PKF O'Connor and Davies, CPA, dated as of May 28, 2026, with respect to the preparation of the New York State DOT audits of the City of Port Jervis, FYE 2023 and 2024. In accordance with General Municipal Law, Article 3, the Common Council hereby approves the draft FYE 2023 and 2024 audits, directs PKF O'Connor and Davies CPAs to prepare the final version of same and deliver the final version of the New York State DOT 2023 and 2024 audit reports to the appropriate governmental authorities. Make a motion for that.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion on the DOT audit? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Second resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis authorizing the Director of Public Works to accept a bid for the water filtration plant filter rehabilitation project. Whereas the City of Port Jervis previously determined that it was in the best interest of the city to solicit bids for qualified contractors to construct services in connections with the city water filtration plant filter rehabilitation project, including but not limited to the furnishing of materials and equipment for the gravity sand filters, supply, startup, commissioning, performance, testing, and operator training of proposed filter requirements. Excuse me. Now therefore it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorizes and directs the Director of Public Works to accept the following bid for the project, which is annexed here to TAM Enterprises Incorporated out of Goshen, New York, for a sum of $1,957,000.00. And it is further resolved that the mayor or his designee is hereby authorized to execute all documentation necessary to effect the interest of this resolution, subject to approval of the form and content of such documentation by Corporation Counsel and the City Consulting Engineer. I make a motion to approve that.
Second by Councilwoman Dennison. Any discussion on the bid?
Was that the low bid?
Yeah, we're only
Thank you.
I hope so. That was the lowest bid.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The other bid, just for information, was from Aventus Construction for $2,174,000.
Okay.
Thank you, Will. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, under Mayor's comments tonight, I have a permit assembly application. This is from Carolyn Hoffman, Toy X. This is for a museum opening and July 4th celebration at the turntable at 86 Pike Street. And the date will be July 4th. We'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Councilman at Large Hockenberry. Any discussion?
Was there a second?
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I get moving through this whole meeting and
Almost there.
Mazzara, second by Councilwoman Mazzara. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm gonna appoint Joseph Cole Jr. to the vacant seat on the planning board. This seat will expire on January 31st, 2029. Joe will be taking the seat of Sean Addy, who recently resigned last month. Farmers, just a couple correspondence items for Farmers Market. Every Saturday morning up at Orange Square Park. Laura, we are in discussions with them. I understand that there's a little bit of a concern with your festival in August. There won't be, yes, thank you for saying that. There will be no conflict for that one. Again, we are talking to them. However, Farmers Market every Saturday, Veterans Square Park on Pike Street. Just to piggyback off what Stanley was saying, June 14th is a very busy day in our city. At 12 o'clock, we will be having the Soapbox Derby opening ceremonies. And this year, again, we are going to combine those with the Flag Day ceremonies. And that will be at 12 o'clock. And today we signed and sealed our national anthem speaker, right, Stan?
Yeah, yes, we did.
All right. It's all coming together. With that, let's go Knicks, game 3. Busy night tonight. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Councilman Laura Chocolberry, second by Councilman Siegel. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
He called it at 7:15 one way or another.